Iceland taking a look at this camera, the new PXW X200 from Sony. Now, those of you that know me know that I don't like just taking cameras into a studio in a nice easy environment and using them there. So we're here in Iceland, and it might not look it right now, but the conditions here are pretty extreme. We've had gale force winds almost every day, driving winds, rain, snow, ice. It's been miserable. So we've really been putting this camera to the test in some of the toughest conditions I've ever filmed in. And you know what? It's held up really well. Now, one of the things we did was we went up to the waterfalls at Gullfoss to film with the camera. Now, I like big sensor cameras. There's a place for them, definitely. But when we were up at Gullfoss, the wind was absolutely howling up there, and there was no way you could have changed the lens in those conditions. These weather conditions are just crazy. Blowing a gale, we've got snow, rain, everything. In these sorts of conditions, you don't want to have to change the lens. So having a 17x zoom means I can zoom in and out, I can get the shots, I haven't got to swap lenses, things like that, as you do with a large sensor camera. And that makes it really easy to work in what is a very challenging environment. So having a camera with a 17x zoom lens that you can zoom in, get a nice tight shot, zoom back out, get a wide shot, is a huge benefit in fast moving situations, in news type scenarios, and when the weather's bad, things like that. So really, really good for that particular application. It builds on the original EX1, EX1R and PMW 200 cameras. So it does have all the best features of those cameras. Nothing's been taken away, and really it's just been added to. And one of the big adds in this camera is the XAVC codec. So looking at the codec choices in the cameras, we have lots of codec choices. You have the original MPEG-2 codec that was in the very first EX1 camera. Then you have the 422 version of the 50 megabit MPEG-2 codec, XDCAM codec, that everyone's very, very familiar with, used for broadcast productions all over the world, hugely supported, very, very common, very familiar, easy to work with codec. We also have standard definition DV-cam, we have IMX, we have the new XAVC codec from Sony as well, so you have a huge range of codec choices. Now, XAVC is a very important addition to this camera because you have all kinds of bit rates starting at 25 megabits per second, going all the way up to stunning high quality 100 megabits per second 422 10-bit recording. So that gives you the options and the choices there to choose the quality level, the size of file, and a workflow that's going to really work with the way you shoot and the types of productions that you're involved in. Now, another new feature is we have here a Wi-Fi dongle. The camera comes with this Wi-Fi dongle, but you can take the Wi-Fi dongle out and replace that with a 4G or 3G cellular phone modem if you choose. So either via Wi-Fi or 3G or 4G, you can upload proxy files or stream live from the camera. That makes it really versatile for news. Maybe for a corporate video, you might want to stream events live for your clients. So it really gives you a whole load of extra usability and functionality in this otherwise very familiar camera that's equally well suited for broadcast productions as it is for corporate video. So PXW X200 builds on that legacy of the EX1, EX1R and PMW 200. So people that have used those cameras will be very familiar with this camera. Adds lots of great new features. Starting at the front, 17x zoom lens, so it's wider and longer than the previous cameras. Great new codec choices with XAVC added in addition to the MPEG-2 codec, and you've got bit rates from 25 megabits per second all the way up to 100 megabits per second, 422 10-bit quality, so really stunning image quality from the camera. You have built-in Wi-Fi and the ability to plug in a 3G or 4G dongle to the camera for live streaming over a Wi-Fi network or over a 3G or 4G cellular telephone network. So incredibly versatile camera, really good image quality, picture profiles, hypergammas, all that stuff still in the camera, so you can customize the pictures to get really good pictures straight out of the camera. Easy workflow, don't need to grade this camera, not like a lot of the large sensor cameras working in log, so it's simple to work with, easy to use. I really like this camera.